Hello and welcome. We are learning AWS Auto Scaling, and in today's video we are going to talk about termination policy. As you know that we are using auto scaling to increase number of EC2 instance means scale out. Same way auto scaling is used to decrease the number of EC2 instance means scale in. Now let's say that if I have two instances and if I am going to implement scale in, it means I am going to decrease number of EC2 instance. Now out of these two instances, which instance will be deleted by auto scaling group? Now this is totally dependent on termination policy. So we need to understand how this termination policy is actually working. Right now I have one auto scaling group configured. Let me go to the auto scaling group. Okay, and if you look at this, I have current desired requirement is 2. I am using manual scaling over here. Even if you are using manual scaling, schedule scaling or scaling policy, termination policy will be applicable for any type of scaling. Now, if I am going to click on edit and if I am going to say that I want desired capacity of 1, right, what will happen? Right now I have 2 instances running in my account because desired capacity is 2. I'm going to decrease this capacity and I'm going to set up desired capacity of 1. It means it is going to terminate my instance. Now, which instance will be terminated by AWS Auto Scaling? It is dependent on termination policy. First of all, I am going to explain you introduction of the termination policy, and then we are going to discuss about the default termination policy. So here, the termination policy of auto scaling group determine which instance or instances the auto scaling group will terminate first when it needs to scale in. AWS provide several built-in termination policy, and you can also set up custom termination policies to suit your specific requirement. Now the first thing is we need to find out from where we are going to get it, right? So I'm going to the auto scaling group. Now when you go to the auto scaling group and when you scroll down detail section, okay, here we have this advanced configuration. When you click on edit, you will get this termination policy. Now in the termination policy we have many options, but in this video we are going to talk about how default termination policy is working. Okay, so let's talk about default termination policy. To understand this default termination policy, I have one diagram here, and if you look at this, I have 3 different availability zones in which I have total 6 instances are running. In AP South 1A, I have 3 instances are running. In AP South 1B, 2, and in AP South 1C, I have 1 instance. I named it A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, and B1, C1. Okay. Now let's discuss about this 4-step process. Now when you will apply scale in this particular scenario, the step 1 is balance across availability zones. Means the default termination policy aims to maintain an even distribution of instance across the availability zone. In our scenario, AP South 1A has more instance than others. So policy target this AZ for scaling to balance the distribution. If you look at this, right now our AZs are unbalanced. Here we have 3 instances. In AP South 1B we have only 2, and here we have only 1. So when we are going to apply scale in policy, because we have more number of EC2 instances in AP South 1A and we want to balance AZ, it is going to apply or it is going to target A1, A2 and A3, right? So this is like the target consideration instance A1, A2 and A3 in AP South 1A. So let's say that if we are talking about one instance to terminate, okay, it can be from A1, A2 and A3, right? Now step 2, instance protection status. All 3 instances in AP South 1A are checked for scaling protection. If one of them is marked as a protected from scaling action, it's excluded from the termination. Assuming none of these instances have scaling protection enabled, still in consideration all these three. Now you may have this question that what is this scaling protection, right? So let's say that if you want to inform AWS that I have this particular EC2 instance and don't terminate this EC2 instance while you are scaled in. Okay, so you can inform auto scaling that this is very important instance for me, don't delete this. You can protect any number of instances for a termination protection. Okay, now how you can do this? So in order to do this, let's say that I have two EC2 instances. Okay, now I want to protect this particular EC2 instance. Let me give name test. Okay, and the ID is 2C4. I want that AWS don't delete this EC2 instance for any scale in. Okay, so how I can do this? You have to go to the auto scaling group. You can go to the ASG. Now here we have instance management. Okay, if you look at this, I have these two EC2 instances. It is F7F, FF1. Let me go to the instance ID. Okay, now I want to protect F7F. Okay, F7F. So you can select this instance, then go to action and see there is a scaling protection. Now if you click on set scaling protection, it means this EC2 instance is protected from scale in, means EC auto scaling will never delete this instance while for auto scaling. Okay, for scale in. Okay, right now for our example, we don't have any instance protected from scaling, so all three will be applicable for scale in. Now step 3, oldest launch configuration or template. So hi, I am Bhavesh Atara from CloudFolks HUB. To watch full video, please visit our website or CloudFolks HUB Android and iOS app. We are going to upload full video daily on our portal. You can visit our portal and you can enroll to our 100 days challenge course. Right now, for first 1000 students, for India, it is just 499 rupees fees, and for abroad, you just need to pay only 7 USD. We are going to upload daily full videos over there, and this challenge will be continued for 240 days. Thank you very much. See you inside the app. Goodbye.